talking specifically about State View Homes, the guys who were lending them money were looking at their balance sheet. They were looking at their assets. They were saying, these guys have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of assets here, and their balance sheet only shows.
No, but they were playing games. They were playing accounting games.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when they ended up, now everything's on the table and everything's under receivership, all the creditors are coming out. They're saying, no, they owe me money too. Oh no, I lent them the money. I got a promissory note, and I'm in second position, and I got that property tied in, and their whole portfolios. There's also a lot of innocent people who are just minding their own business, paying their mortgage. You know, job loss happened, emergency with the family, medical expenses. You know, unexpected, unforeseen circumstances, Daryl. And then the Bank of Canada decided to just slap them in the back of their head with their big giant stick. And now they're making payments every single month, and they're struggling. That
stick was like just a little bit.
It was a heavy stick.
Jesus Christ.
It was a heavy stick, and people are complaining.
Tiff, we get it, man. Okay, we get it. Like, you got a big stick, bro. Okay, we get it. Stop hitting us with it, please.
That's the problem. He doesn't know when to stop, and by the time he's done hitting us with this stick, they're gonna look back and say, "Well, maybe we hit them a little bit too much." Because that's what we're seeing, Daryl.
We're starting to see bankruptcies like tick up. From what I gather, I hear a lot of a lot of anecdotes lately. Like Mark Morris, remember Mark Morris, the lawyer?
Yep.
He joined. He was on the show at least once. So he put out a tweet, or an X, or whatever the fuck you call that right now. But he put out a tweet that basically said, like, he's handing a lot of files over to trustees now, instead of mortgage brokers.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess before it used to be like, let's just refinance this thing and get you out of trouble. And now it's like, sorry, bud, like, you're way too deep. Like,
he wasn't handing any to trustees before, and now he's handing like four. Yeah. So it's like,
are you just saying that, or do you know this for a fact?
I know for sure, like, what he's talking about is it's happening more often, but as far as the volume of it, it's still actually pretty low.
Hey, listen.
Right, but it's happening now. It's happening, and I'm dealing with a big receivership. I'm dealing with a big receivership property right now. We had State View Homes under receivership, and those lots I told you about, I was investigating for a client, so I was able to, you know, kind of get all the background. I signed an NDA, but I'm not even really sure what I'm supposed to not.
So you should talk about it on the show.
Well, do you know what I mean? Like, they actually sent me most of the stuff before I even
signed. Just an NDA. Nobody gives a shit about NDAs.
Like, isn't it supposed to go the other way? But regardless, what I found when I looked at those properties is how much money those guys actually paid for them in the first place. The lenders that are exposed on those sites are in trouble. I don't think they're getting most of their money back, to be honest with you. To find somebody who's going to take over that project in its current stage, which is like ground zero, to like they've cleared some trees. And now is going to be able to go and take it on or try to build whatever it is, hundreds of townhouses over the next however many years while they get their zoning and everything else. They're not going to be paying the kind of numbers that those guys paid. You know, what a scam that was. Holy smokes.
But I always come back to, and nobody seems to like agree with me or jump on this bandwagon, but at some point the appraisers should have been like, I can't write this number down. Like, I can't do this. Yeah. This doesn't make any sense.
Commercial is different. You're talking about on residential. I understand.
Oh, both. But
commercial is so different. You know that.
What the fuck does commercial have to do with anything right now?
It has to do with the element, because in Canada, everybody's personally guaranteeing most of these commercial loans. So even though, and the loan to value is lower.
Are we talking about commercial? I thought we were talking about residential right now.
Well, sure, let's go back to residential.
No, but residential, that's where it's going to be.
That's where the bigger issues are, is that these appraisers are overvaluing properties, or at least agreeing with what.
Last week it sold for $1 million. For sure, it's worth 1.3 today.
Yeah, the guy paid it.
Sense. You paid
I had an appraiser call me today, actually.
It's
And
worth what somebody is willing to pay, TK.
so the appraiser called me to do the appraisal. I'm the
Sure.
listing agent.
Yeah.
I
What do you
want this
think it's
thing to
worth, bro?
close.
Yeah. What do
They
you
didn't
think
ask
it's
me
worth?
that, but they were just like, so how new are those windows? How new is that furnace?
Right.
When was the rent due? Sorry, when was the roof done? And how much is the rent in the basement?
TK, in your
And I'm not
opinion,
going to downplay anything here. Okay.
this place is
How
immaculate,
renovated
man.
is this place? It's renovated.
Perfect.
It's nice. You know, like I don't think I've seen too many places like this before.
Recently renovated.
Yeah.
For
Right?
sure.
But
Brand new
these
roof,
are the methods that they use.
2010.
This one was no. I told her the furnace was new. It was
Yeah.
about 12 years old.
2008. New
Yeah, it's only
furnace.
halfway through its life expectancy.
It's like new.
But you know, on the commercial side, it's different because the commercial people are obviously influenced by different factors, and then they also the commercial lenders, the way
Really?
that they're looking at it, they're going like, look. So the one of the situations that I'm dealing with is they have a lot of personal covenants. So the lenders are kind of just like, look, I understand that we might not be able to get as much money for this property that we need to be able to pay off the existing loan. But we also have security on these other properties where if we have to, we'll be able to get court orders in order to get paid and make ourselves whole. And in the commercial world, they are a little bit more, okay with and comfortable, going down that path if they need to. Right. So in my opinion, the question that you asked was about, we were talking specifically about,
I'm just saying appraisers are bloody scam artists.
But we're talking specifically about State View Homes. The guys who were lending them money were looking at their balance sheet. They were looking at their assets. They were saying, these guys have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of assets here, and their balance sheet only shows
no, but they were
60%
playing games. They were playing accounting games.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when they ended up, now everything's on the table and everything's under receivership, all the creditors are coming out. They're saying, no, they owe me money too. Oh no, I lent them the money. I got a promissory note, and I'm in second position, and I got that property tied in, and their whole portfolio is leverage.
You get a big deposit and it's like, okay, take the snapshot of the financials now. Okay. Where it shows, that you got $5 million in the bank all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it will not be there in 3 hours.
Yeah.
But these guys were definitely cooking some books, but there has to be help, because when you overpay for a property, later everybody's like, oh, well, they overpaid. Of course, that's what happened to them, right? Like, but hold on a sec. Like, the appraiser has to tell the lender has to convince all of the people that they've put together in their little pool of people that are lending, and everybody has to be convinced that this property is worth this amount of money, whether it's residential or commercial. Same thing, doesn't make a difference. And somewhere along the way, all the appraisers seem to have lost their way, TK, and they're all motivated by the same thing. It's all motivated by the same thing.
If it doesn't go through, no one gets paid.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.